Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class we will learn Tosfos Dibra Maskel Shtaim Shen Arba Bifnim. Let's begin. Shtaim Shen Arba Bifnim. Our Mishnah said Yetzias HaShabbos Shtaim Shen Arba Bifnim Ushtaim Shen Arba Bachutz. Tosfos will present two explanations of Rashi for what the word Bifnim and Bachutz means. He'll agree with one and then ask questions on the other explanation. Kain Nira, this is what seems correct. K'moshe Mefarish, the way K'moshe Mefarish Rashi, the way Rashi explains Kan over here. The bifnim, that the word bifnim, hainol balabayis aimed bifnim, means to say it's for the balabayis who's standing on the inside. Uvachutz, and the word bachutz, hainol ani, is for the poor person, aimed bachutz, is standing on the outside. So in other words, the way to read the Mishnah, says Rashi over here, and Tosfos says it seems correct. Yetzias HaShabbos, carrying of Shabbos, shtaim shen arba bifnim, are two cases that are for the person bifnim standing on the inside, the balabayis. Shtaim shen arba bachutz, there are two cases that are for bachutz, for the person standing on the outside, which is the ani. What are the cases? Shtayim, two is Eitzah v'Achnasas Dechiv. The cases of Eitzah and Achnasas, the person's chayiv because he did the whole malacha. Shein Dal, that are four is Eitzah v'Achnasas the pater. Are the cases of Eitzah and Achnasas where it's pater and asur because each one only did part of the malacha. So that's the one that Tosfos presents of Rashi. It says that it seems correct. Uve Shvuas Perish Rashi, and then Masechta Shvuas Rashi explains Bifnim Hainu Achnasas Pnim, that the word Bifnim doesn't mean the person on the inside; it means the carrying to the inside. And the way we read the Mishnah is Yetzias HaShabbos, Shtaim Shen Arba, two cases that are for Bifnim of Achnasas, so Shtaim Shen Arba B'chutz, and two cases that are for of Eitzah. Shnayim Dechiyuv, the Ani with the Asher. There's two cases of Achnasa, where the Ani did Achnasa, when the Asher did Achnasa. Shtaim the Pater, and two cases that are Pater. Ubachutz, and Bachutz means Hainu Eitzah, Chutz means carrying outside, Eitzah. And two are the Eitzah Chiyuv of the Ani and the Eitzah Chiyuv of the Asher, and then two cases that are Pater. Says Tosfos, ve'ein near, this doesn't seem correct. From this that our Mishnah, when our Mishnah presents the cases, it presents cases of the Ani, and then it presents the Balabayis. And then again in the Sefer, it presents cases of the Ani, and then again of the Balabayis. Like it starts off, if the Ani did Hayachnasa or Heitzah. If the Balabayis did Heitzah or Achnasa. And then the Sefer presents the cases where the Ani extended his hand in, two cases, and then two cases of Balabayis extended his hand out. The Mishnah is dividing them between Ani and Asher. That's the division. Mashma keficha pirishkan. So it seems the way we explained it here, that bifnim and bachutz refers to the person. So since we started off the Mishnah saying shtaim shen arba bifnim, two that are for the person on the inside, shtaim shen arba bachutz, and two that are for the person on the outside, so we divide the cases by the people. Well, the pirush of the hasan, but according to his explanation over there, that it's the division at the beginning of the Mishnah is between Achnasa and Eitzah. He should not have mixed Eitzah and Achnasa together. Here he's mixing it in. He says the Ani does Achnasa or Eitzah. You shouldn't put them together. Says Tosfos, this question we could respond to. Umiyu, however, Shema maybe he would have to write at length. If he would come to explain Eitzah Slavad, V'Achnasa Slavad, if he would come to explain Eitzah separately and Achnasa separately, you would have to write at much greater length. So Tosfos is basically saying that the explanation that Fnim and Bachutz means Hachnas and Eitzah, we could say that that's correct, and later on in the actual presentation of the cases, the Mishnah divides them by the Balabayis and the Ani, and not by Hachnas and Eitzah, because it's much shorter. You could say the Ani did Hachnasa or Eitzah. The Balabayis did Eitzah or Hachnasa, as opposed to going back and forth. The Ani did Hachnasa, or the Balabayis did Hachnasa. The Ani did Eitzah, or the Balabayis did Eitzah. That's much longer. You have to keep on reintroducing the individual who did the Malacha. Nevertheless, says Tosfos, there still remains a question on Rashi's explanation in Masechta Shvuos. It doesn't seem correct to Rabbeinu Yochanan, this explanation that Pnim and Bachutz refers to Achnas and Eitzah. From this that it says in the Gemara. Later on, the Gemara points out that the word Eitzah includes Achnasa. And it pointed it out from our Mishnah. Our Mishnah says Yetzias HaShabbos, it says Eitzah. And the word says, Dekanami, you could prove this also. It's also precise that Eitzah includes Achnasa from our Mishnah. Diktoni, because it says at the beginning, Yetzias, it says Yetzias HaShabbos, sounding as if it's only going to be talking about Eitzahs. And then the first case immediately presents is the case of Achnasa. It talks about the Ani doing Achnasa. So you see that the term Eitzah could include in it Achnasa. So from this that he pointed it out from there, from the fact that the case of Achnasa is presented later in the Mishnah, it doesn't point it out from this that it says Bifnim. If Bifnim means Achnasa, the Gemara should have said, look, Eitzah also includes Achnasa. The Mishnah says, Yetziyas HaShabbos, he uses the word Eitzah, Shtaim Shein Arba Bifnim, are two that are four of Achnasa. That's a much earlier part of the Mishnah. Should have brought a proof from there. The fact that it doesn't indicates that that's not a proof, since Bifnim does not mean Achnasa, it means for the person standing on the inside, the Balabayis. So to summarize Tosfos, we presented two explanations for the words Bifnim and Bachutz. One is that it refers to the person Bifnim and the person Bachutz. The other one is to the act of bringing Pnim and the act of bringing Chutz. And Tosfos accepts the first explanation of Rashi and he rejects the second one based on a Gemara later on.